My apologies to people who can't stand the voice. I don't hear it, so it's just my normal voice talking. Alright, well, talking about what's the opposite of GigaChad. GigaFad? A thorn? A Reddit jump scare. So, this was posted on liberal gun owners a couple months ago, and then there was recently a follow-up to it, but it was, do we like Focus Trip? Just watch Focus Trip on PSA for how poorly the joke was laid, which I can appreciate because of those guys. I do have to ask if Mr. Trip is welcome or shunned in the sub, which is quite funny because this person is unaware of some of my political takes and the feelings about certain groups and individuals. So he's asking if somebody like me would be welcome on liberal gun owners. And now, here is where we're going to find out exactly how inclusive the inclusive left is. We'll talk about that in just a second. His views and information about firearms are welcomed. His views on women and LGBT are not. Listen, I have my wife chained in the basement. How is that not being a loving, protecting husband? Unbelievable. My views. Views on women and LGBT. Yeah, I heard him use the term troon in one of his videos and it was really sad. He's an asshole. Yeah, troon. Is troon a bad word? Troon is like, what are we, so is it trans person? Tranny, transgender, or troon? And also, not to like, dog on this guy, but did he assume my gender? He himself is not worth anything. He will have guests that are worth their salt. Okay, fair enough, fair enough. Usually people complain about my guests, specifically Redditors. Doesn't realize I'm just some things reviews, fine, until I made a mistake of watching his video with buddies in chat and reacting to the SRA/LGBT plus short documentary. I'm not saying the video doesn't have some cringe, but they took it to a disgusting level pretty quickly. For that reason, I was out. His only video worth watching is the drama photo between Hop Brassfax Ben Say during that breakup, and even then, barely. How dare you? That is top tier content. That is top tier content.
It is.
Basis Watchers barely wow, really? Focus Trip seems like, okay, so between me and Brassfax, this is an interesting dichotomy between the two of us, because we do get brought up in the same sentences for some reason. Between him or Brassfax, I like Brassfax's opinion more. Focus Trip seems like he wants to please his watchers, so barely a spine to stand up on. Which one of us, between me and Brassfax, which one of us has more controversial takes and opinions? And I'm not dogging Brassfax or anything, but I feel like I'm a little bit more outspoken about certain things, so I'm willing to stand on, range. But his personality is just off-putting, same, honestly, same dude. Negative grifter, that's my favorite one, right-wing chud, and generic slop of GunToober. I'm a streamer, I'll have you know, I am a gun streamer, not a GunToober. Unbelievable. Jackal's painful to watch, bummable. He farms content off of GunTube drama and, Reddit apparently. While appearances a trash human being himself, hating on things being your primary angle isn't exactly the most redeeming quality. Fair enough. Fair enough. Now, this actually got taken down from Reddit the other day. So this was somebody that after the quote-unquote expose that was done on our Discord, my Discord I should say, this got taken down by LGO, posted by Aggravating Hope 6486, which is probably a TSI alt as it had 0 posts. I believe so, just somebody's alt that they were throwing up there. Focus Trip defends racist community and jokes about kicking pregnant black women and genocide. Yeah, I mean, I'll defend my audience, I'll defend my Discord members. There are some edgy boys in there who like to make some really edgy jokes. I have never had a bad interaction with any of them at any point in time. So, yeah. People make edgy jokes, you might not like it, but that's not particularly interesting. Now this whole thread got... where's the right one? This one, there we go. Got removed by moderators because they advised in doing a false flag campaign on the channel to try and get us taken down. right? So they were saying, hey, we should all mass report his channel and get him taken down because he has the wrong opinions, gentlemen. And you know them having the wrong opinion deserves you to be kicked from the internet. Which is quite funny, considering that YouTube just allowed everybody back who had ever been banned for political speech. So I think they just opened up the floodgates for all of the quote-unquote evil wrong thinkers to come back at the same time that these retards are trying to get me kicked. Alright. Really, yeah, so, posts need to be somewhere near the intersection of liberal, leftist, progressive politics, which I guess I don't interact with, gun ownership, and it's hard to understand how this post is on topic for r/liberal gun owners. That's just a mod saying why they removed it. The streams are so dumb makes a living out of stirring up controversy content, free content, the TMZ of GunTube. For anyone wondering, you're not missing anything by not watching. Here we go. This is aggravating hope, which again, my theory is that this is PSI's alt account. He's saying, I agree, but why is he even allowed to have a platform on YouTube? Allowed to have a platform on YouTube? How gracious of you, aggravating hope, for allowing me to have a platform on here. I think he's fairly below the radar. His whole bringing bigger names on his streams or just name dropping to lend some credibility to his channel. A while back, he had a different co-host. Well, this is an awkward, yeah. We had Gary as a co-host, and their mixed race daughter came on screen for a few moments. The chat blew up at him, and the next stream he quietly shuffled him out of his regular broadcast. I stopped watching around that time. Now, some of you may remember Radio Autist. Gary was a very nice guy. He was my producer for a while. He helped me out on a lot of things. And eventually, there was a incident where he had his child on screen, and he didn't mute himself. I tried to mute him. He unmuted himself. She was just being kind of loud little kid. Totally fine, right? But if there's 700-800 people watching you, they're gonna call you out for having a screaming child on screen, right? And not taking care of it. And some people said some mean words to his kid, which they absolutely should not have. That is a dumb thing to do. You should not go after somebody's child just because they're being a retard, right? And because of that, he resigned. He said, I don't want to do it anymore. And I was like, fair enough. I'll pay you, double whatever the last month is worth. And, thanks for your help. So that was the situation with Gary. Pretty simple. Now this is the...
You still have the GigaChad voice thing going in chats.
I did not. Why didn't you tell me? Okay, this is why. See, now Richard just got fired live on air for not telling me that the GigaChad voice was still here. Unbelievable. Richard got fired live on air for not telling me that the GigaChad voice was still on. Terrible. So that's Richard's story. I'm just kidding. You did okay. Okay, Richard. Out of all of the interjections, you chose not to interject when I had the voice on for like 20 extra minutes. Of all of the times to interject, of all of the ramblings, you chose not to interject.
I thought it was funny because you were reading the Reddit stuff in the GigaChad voice.
Well, I understand that it's ironically funny.
And then I looked up and I was like, wait, no, he didn't realize that he still has it on. I thought you were doing it intentionally. That's what I thought it was intentional, but I realized.
No, do you know if has it right? We're going to mention you, Richard. Damn it. Damn. Unbelievable. I thought I turned it off a while ago. Bro, okay. Chat, my apologies. I did not realize that was on. It was on the whole time, huh? On the whole time? Which are raised? No. I'm not even going to pay him this month. How about that? I actually owe him money for this month. All right. It just sounded like a radio talk show host.
It did.
Turn it back on. It's never been off. True. He knew what he was doing. So my testosterone went up 50 points. True. Damn. All right. Here we go. Cognitive dissonance on LGO. Impossible. The same reason almost anyone else is allowed, right? We are liberals here, right? And then Give a Shot responds, how does being a liberal apply to giving a voice to the platform on a private service to bigotry? Now, bigotry, again, in this case, is just anything that these people don't like, that being wrong think opinions, being a little too naughty, saying a word you don't like troon. Apparently, troon is too far for some of these people, when I think that's a very nice term compared to what I could say about some of these individuals. Oh yeah, he's going to talk about kicking a black woman, all this sort of stuff. Focus Trip is basically the gun world's racist and homophobic version of Jerry Springer. Huh. Very nice.
I thought that was just Jerry Springer.
Well, no, but I'm the racist and homophobic version, which you could also supplant that with the based version. Rogerian Browsing says, I see more N-words in my chat than he does in his posts. True. If PewDiePie can get away with it, why can't I get away with it? We can all get away with it. We have a past. Megabase. These are just a collection of some of my best sayings. Now here's another funny one, because Brass and Hop's community is very different from my community. And so when they figure out that maybe we talk sometimes, like, it makes them the big sad, which again, it's just funny to me. Are Brass Facts and Hop tied in with this guy at all? I hope not, but I've seen their names together on my YouTube recommended a few times. Yeah, Hop goes on a show sometimes. Both have been on a show repeatedly and appear to be buddies with him. Sorry to break it to you. I think Brock Brassfax is more center-right and a reasonable human being than a hard-right nutjob. I think the hard-right nutjob is me in this case. I remember watching one of Trip's streams, and I thought I could see Brock getting silent and visibly uncomfortable, probably, at some of the comments being thrown around by the other guests. Well, I mean, Brass asks to be on the spicy streams, so yeah. I don't know what he expects when things get a little spicy. I was extraordinarily...
Probably the Pranka stream.
Well, the Pranka stream, that was Trench's fault. I blame Trench for that. Although it was great. Yes, I was extraordinarily disappointed in Hop and Brass Facts to learn this. One of Trip's live streams popped up in my feed a couple weeks ago, and it made me sick. I reported it. Aw, he's the guy reporting my streams. Some really nasty stuff, but the show goes on. Indeed. Now, I want to be clear with you guys. According to YouTube, my channel, like, perfect monetization streak. Live streams green across the board. Every stream, like 99% of streams, are green across the board, no matter what I say. So YouTube and me, we're chill, okay? So the reporting, it's not working.
Until Lucas Botkin comes on stream and pulls out a gun.
Well, okay, they have done that. Oh, here we go. Here's a clip of me. So this is, again, aggravating Hope, which my theory is that this is PSI. Focus Trip is a Christo-fascist. What do you expect? Kind of close. Racist shit with YouTube channel needs to be demonetized and removed. Again, this is aggravating Hope, which again I believe is PSI. Abdicating for my removal from the platform. Sloptuber, blah blah blah. GunTubers not being racist for 5 minutes. Challenge impossible. Kind of based. I stopped when he posted the Siggers thumbnail. That was with Ben Steger, right? I think it was Siggers in Paris. Siggers in Paris, something like that.
My Siggers.
That's the one. Now, it'll be funny. Now, this guy actually does a little bit of defending me in some ways. So it'll be funny as the gun community is pretty late to seeing how disgusting these guys are, or maybe they're just fine with it. But the sub, regardless of how they want to see it, it has the receipts for about a year or two ahead, like removing the veil. Edit. I watched the points, and honestly, I don't know about this. So he's questioning himself a little bit. So he talks about the absurdity of the joke itself, not kicking pregnant black women. Yes.
Indeed.
So the context of the joke, which we're going to go over in just a minute because I have the screenshots that were also dumped on here. It's a funny joke, okay? Somebody says, oh, I hurt my leg. Somebody responds, oh, you were obviously kicking a black pregnant lady. It's just absurdity. It's just absurdity, okay? And you laugh because of the absurdity of it, and also at the relative speed at which this person typed out a response. It's just being funny. He seems to be talking about the influence Israel has in the country, which I think many can agree is very much true with the lobbying and corruption. Red or blue, both are willing supporters. Yeah, no, we agree. The funny thing is, me and some of these guys, we agree on a lot of things, but they just don't like the words that I say or the words that I allow other people to say. I'm actually too liberal in some ways for these people. I don't crack down enough on what my fans can and can't say.
Well, the funny thing is you guys would probably agree on most things except for religion, and as a result, your pro-life stance. But aside from that, a lot of the stuff...
Well, it's these people...
As far as foreign policy goes.
These people will cry about Palestinian children while committing the greatest mass murder in the history of the world via abortion. So I think that their worldview is nonsensical.
Indeed.
All right, what was the timestamp of my baseness? 143.50. Here we go. Let's see here. 143.50. Damn, these streams are way too long.
Yes, they are.
Does the Type 89 came out when like Richard was born?
Indeed.
He's not that old.
I
Movie
am.
says, test if YouTube will let me say Niger X in a super chat. It does. You can say Niger X. Wait, Niger X?
That's what they were worried about?
Now you can like obviously you can tell what he's trying to say there, right? You know, like, are you guys offended reading a word? Okay, so you're offended if I say the word, but are you offended if I read the word?
Apparently they are. Apparently this is you justifying the use of the word because YouTube allowed it to come through in a super chat.
But that's what the word is. It's Niger X.
Chats.
Yeah, you know, people might find that joke annoying or untoward or whatnot, but like it, I mean, you're reading the word. Are you offended at reading of the word as well? Because I'm not saying the word, I'm saying Niger X. So are you on? Because is it like an icon where it's the prototype, so it goes to the true N word, true hard R N word. So when I say Niger X, you recognize it as the real word. Which again, I will take it one step further. Like you can say the N word, it's not gonna hurt you. Okay, like I really don't care that much. Now, is it rude to call someone the N word? Sure, of course, right? Context always matters. But if somebody goes into the forest and says the N word, who cares?
Well, what if you say it affectionately?
Or what if somebody asks you to say it? You know, like who cares? Like if we're in 2025, all right, your world is coming to an end. The America you grew up in has been dead for decades and you didn't even realize it. And you're upset with some random chud online saying a word that you don't like. Like I think both of us have bigger problems to worry about. Okay. I think there's bigger fish to fry. Now, again, if your argument is that, oh, well, it's mean, you shouldn't call people that. Well, I can agree. We shouldn't just call people like slurs or mean words for the heck of it. Like, that's not very nice, right? But I still wouldn't, you know, advocate for the death or removal of people for saying words, especially just silly words meant to get a rise out of people. Anyways, okay. So let me see. Okay, so here is the they also dropped a link that had screenshots of our Discord, which there are some pretty spicy stuff in here. Okay, but it's just general. It's just 1,000 people blowing off some steam. Sorry, one of them being Loverbra, who is our resident Spurg. Who we how many times have we banned Loverbra? Like twice, 3 times for being a Spurg.
Yeah, we tell him to go take a break, go touch grass, and then he comes back and he's like, "All right, I cooled off. Sorry." And then we let him back in. Like he is the resident Spurg, and we created a role specifically for him. It's called Special Needs Children, and we do apply it every once in a while, and it just limits his access.
No, Rads. I'm racist for free as well. Don't misquote me. I'm racist for free as well. The Red Diacon says, what did you do to your leg again? Loverbra, motorcycle accident. Max Payne, damn. And again, this is all in the exact same minute. And Dishka responds, brutally fast, he kicked a black pregnant woman. That's the joke. It's absurdist. It's silly. And nobody's advocating for violence against women, especially violence against pregnant women. Okay. I mean, again, my stance is that if you do anything to a pregnant woman that results in miscarriage or anything to the child, you should be charged with a double homicide, right? Because I'm like a true pro-life stance. You know, even the mother shouldn't be able to murder that child, right?
Yeah. See, and
so I mean, my stance goes even further at protecting that child, regardless of race.
Liberal gun owners would be all right with this post here as long as the person worked at Planned Parenthood.
Yeah, people again using mean words. Sam Hyde, this is you. And then GM Nigerinos. It's kind of funny. But people say mean words you don't like. It's okay. It's the internet, bro. Now I could kick everybody who ever says a word that I don't particularly like, which again for me personally is not very many. But you know, or you could just, you know, let them talk and blow off steam. It's fine.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Our Discord is fairly
I don't know where this TikTok originated from, but it's just funny. Hilarious. It's just funny, okay? It's a joke. And obviously this guy is making the joke. So what, are you not allowed to laugh? Are you not allowed to laugh at it? You poor person, are you not allowed to laugh at this joke that this TikToker is making? It's just funny. Okay. The happy merchant, this GIF, which is kind of funny. It's very absurdist, this emo chick.
And what's funny is that's actually a GIF that was on Discord.
That GIF is on Discord. Yes, it's just a Discord GIF. So yeah, Discord approves of that GIF if you want to go that far. Honey Nut and Stopos with Zyklon B, listen for June. It's so absurd, right? It's funny. And if you don't find it funny, that's fine. Because here's the thing about humor. If you don't find it funny, you're correct. Ta-da! It's art. And if somebody else does find it funny, they're correct.
And that's the way it goes. It's a reply, right? If you check that specific thing, it is a reply. It's a joke. They were asking about some new cereal.
Yes, this GM should bring back this cereal. Yeah.
It's just funny. Joke.
It's just funny.
We can't joke about that. We can't.
No, not that joke. No, we can joke about but legitimately, they will take the position that they should be able to joke about murdering people.
Mm-hmm.
But like mean words or something, there's some sort of disconnect here, because either it's all good or it's all bad, right? Yeah, and if you're the arbiter of morality, you get to dictate what I can and can't joke about. And again, keep in mind, these are just Discord degenerates. These are people that they have access to our Discord. They hang out. They say spicy things to the spicy boys, and then they go about their day.
And
they're just
by access to the Discord, we mean they're able to read. That's all you have to do is you only have to be able to read to get in our Discord. If you can read, then you can get in. It is that simple. Yet still, so many people cannot read. And I'm dyslexic, and I created the freaking thing.
If you're gonna blame somebody, blame Richard for the issues on the Discord. He let these people in. Him and Logan.
They let what? 100%. If you guys want to blame somebody for the Discord, blame me. John's profile on Discord says forced into using Discord.
Correct. Yes.
He was forced into it. I did all of this.
I just hang out with people every now and again. That's all.
I'll do it again.
That's all. I'll do it again.
Here is where we're going to find out exactly how inclusive the inclusive left is.